Hey, Tony Carosello, New Haven Independent News Break for May 21st, 2023. So, this is the weekend wrap up for Astral Glass, and just kind of wanted to go over a few things that happened over the weekend, just to kind of wrap things up. Um, over the weekend, the Art and Wine Festival happened in Herman, and so the Art and Wine Fest was in Washington, and then My Fest was in Herman. So what you see right here in this picture is Schiller Street in Herman, and you can see that there's a little bit of a crowd, but there the what a lot of the merchants in Herman expected was a little bit below from what they were anticipating. Anyway, in Washington, there's the Art and Wine Festival, and the uh, the band called Wild Horse Creek, um, which is basically out of New Haven, played as one of the headliners at the Art and Wine Festival on Saturday. So it was great to see Rob Compton Sr., Rob Compton Jr., and their bass player, and they were really playing some toe tapping tunes, and it was a lot of fun. That I really enjoyed seeing them play that afternoon. Also, let's see, as you can see right here, um, so the crowd it was kind of crowded, but not overly so. So the Art and Wine Festival in Washington, not a slam dunk in terms of like a big crowd, but a good sized crowd. And certainly, if you went into the farmers market area where they had the sip and savor and the wine tastings, that was a lot of fun. And there were 12 wineries in there representing from Herman and Augusta, New Haven. So lots of good samplings of from the 12 different wineries. Also, another thing that happened actually happened today on Monday. This is so Victor Sebulov from the YMCA director in Ukraine stopped in on the Monday morning class at the Y, and we snapped a quick picture of him. He's actually kneeling down besides where Elaine is holding the sign that says "Welcome, Victor." So anyway, very interesting, and a chance to talk to him. And also over on the very far right, you can see Mayor Doug Hagedorn also stopped in and took advantage of meeting with Victor while he was touring all the various YMCA's in the Washington and St. Louis area. So a very distinguished guest that stopped in today. Um, Also, last week, last Friday, or maybe it was last Thursday. Anyway, last week we had the New Haven graduation, and here's a picture of Izzy Hale receiving her diploma and looking quite pleased about it too. So just wanted to throw that in there. Also, at My Fest at Tin Mill Brewery, um, there was a band called Shawnee Town that was playing, and they were quite good, and a lot of people having a good time with that. And also, for this week's paper, I did a little story on Louis Klingert's building, and he had been cited for some code violations. And so, kind of going through what the different code violations might mean, and also in terms of a renter that Lewis has on the second floor. So, anyway, I put a little story in this coming week's paper on Lewis's building, which he is the oldest continuing operating business in downtown New Haven, aside from the Pepsi buildings. New Haven Sales has been there the longest of all the other businesses in the block. Okay, let's see. Also, here's a picture of Mike Sloan, and Mike has, if you've stopped in Herman and had a chance to sample any of the bratwurst and all the different meats that he has at the Wurst House in Herman, I think you'll find that he has a well-earned reputation for really making great tasting and quality bratwursts, sauerkraut, hot dogs, any kinds of meats like that. He is a champion at it. Anyway, so he was catering and selling to the different tourists that were visiting during MyFest, and he was out back behind the Wurst House, in between where the Tin Mill Brewery is and where his Wurst House is. And so doing a pretty fast and furious business with all the people that tasting samples and buying up brats and sausages and all kinds of great meats. So always great to see Mike and certainly sample all the different products that he has. Also, I happened to be flying the drone around this past weekend and got a kind of a nice shot of Robler Winery. Went out to the Mid-Missouri Fine Arts Society exhibit, snapped a couple of pictures there at Robler, but then also got kind of an interesting shot of the overall the winery and the vineyards. And so I'll have a couple little stories coming up this in the next few weeks on some of the great and interesting projects that Jerry Mueller and his dad Bob Mueller have been working on out at the winery. So we'll investigate a little bit of that. So for the weekend wrap up, I would like to thank the sponsors of Astral Glass, and that would be Caitlin McGuire and Lance Strohecker and Gary and Judy Rice. So thanks to them for sponsoring our broadcast and allowing us to bring you the news in social media and also in print. So with that, this is Tony Carosello signing off, New Haven Independent News Break, and thanks for watching.